93 F150 with the 6-cylinder industrial motor. My buddy was told by a mechanic friend that it has low compression and needs a new engine. Today we're gonna dive into it and see if we can fix it super cheap. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are fixing another random thing that I kind of don't want to fix, but I'm gonna. Evan, who's storing the burned down dump truck, he said his work truck got stolen and now it needs an engine. So I'm gonna go pick it up, take a look at it. Still gotta fix the short on this thing. And we're gonna actually diagnose it. And we're gonna see whether it actually needs an engine, because you never know nowadays. People will say one thing and oftentimes it's not that.
I'm just digging a hole with an auger, setting a post and some concrete. So
okay, where's the car at?
It's over here at
I'll fire up the tow truck and head that way.
all right, cool.
What's up, bro?
What's up?
There's the beast. What happened?
This thing got jacked. So what I presume is that somebody, I know, we're fucking too loud, is that somebody stole this thing and didn't know how to drive stick. A friend of my dad's did a compression check. And one of the pistons, I don't know if it's closest to the cab or furthest from the cab, was at like 20 PSI.
Got it. So when you called me, you told me this thing needs a motor, right?
Yes.
So that's what we're expecting as of right now. And this is a gem. This is what, a V6?
Fucking V8.
This is a V8?
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. I was hoping it wasn't a V6. How much are you expecting this to cost? Let's talk numbers, bro. What am I working with?
$399. No. So I'm thinking anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and fire this thing up and see what it sounds like. Keys are in it?
And I haven't been. Yeah, is it in there?
Nope.
Okay. It's
Oh.
So yeah, you can turn the. I mean, it's a.
Is that where you leave the key?
That's where I leave the key.
Is that why it got stolen?
That's why I got stolen.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they stole it with the key?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So, and you still keep the key there?
Yeah. Well, it's because I have a gate.
It actually doesn't sound crazy bad. Well, because it has 7 cylinders still.
Yeah, right.
That's a straight 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a straight 6. What?
It's okay. You're in a different industry than the cars.
The thing has 200,000 miles on it, and I've been looking for other work trucks, and I've had a really hard time finding anything under or like at 5K that doesn't need work.
Right. That's why you were
Everything
looking
under
at all
5.
those auction trucks, right?
Yeah,
And they
the
all
auction
went for like
trucks.
10 grand.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So
that's why, like, you know, if this thing could be around that price, like of like 1,500,
right.
give or take.
I think you're dreaming with
Well,
with inflation and
Yeah.
shop prices and everything, but you know,
but well, yeah. I mean, is there the potential that
there's a lot of potential that we're
that
not
they
going to
could-
talk
Oh,
about.
okay.
And I'm just going to do
Alright.
my diagnosing. I'm going to actually diagnose this car, guys. I'm not just going to assume this time. Why this keeps happening, but my voltage regulator is definitely not working and we're definitely not charging the battery. So I need to get home before it's dark because I have no lights. Is that what's going on? I think the pin pulled out. Back in business. Let's go. What's up, mama? He looks so cute. I went ahead and got this thing unloaded, so now let's do some diagnosing. Obviously, my buddy thought this thing had a V8, and that is not the case. We have a straight 6. Now, I know nothing about these Fords, but it does look very simple to work on. We got a distributor, cap, wires, plugs on this side, but I definitely wanted to have more of an idea of what I'm working with, so I hopped on Wikipedia and searched these things, and Wikipedia is great, honestly. So here we can see we have the truck 6, the straight 6. And now if we look, this thing was in this truck for 30 years, since 1965. And it was used in a bunch of industrial equipment. So should be super easy to work on. Obviously, we're gonna go ahead and compression check this thing. But first of all, that's not a compression checker. Probably in the one that says engine compression tester. So, before we start there, I'm gonna just give it a basic, see if I can figure it out, because it has spark plug wires. So I'm gonna pull plug wires until one is obvious. This thing appears to have no mass airflow sensor, so I'm just gonna get this out of the way. If you do ever do this, be aware that those things put out spark and they'll bite you, aka shock you, and it's gonna hurt. But if you've never been shocked by a spark wire, you're not even living. Hitting on 3. Hitting on 4. Questionable on 5. I think it's number 6. Definitely hitting on 2. I think it's hitting on 1. So that was really bad preliminary diagnosing. Now let's go for the actual compression check. Now I do not want to mess up the spark order, so I'm going to go ahead and label all the wires with marks. Because that will be number 1. Number 2 will get 2 marks. And so forth. Just ignore the fact that I definitely just marked the one from the coil pack to the distributor number 2. I'm kind of stupid. We all know that. So I'll just connect the 2, and it will be an I for coil pack. It makes all the sense in the world, I promise. Okay, I got an actual paint marker and marked them really good, besides number 6, because the rest are marked, so it made sense in my mind.
Yeah, straight 6, remanufactured engine.
And how much?
Like 26.
26 plus install. Yeah, see, I thought you were dreaming, you know what I mean? Like,
I know. Well, yeah, that was the thing. I never even looked.
it's funny, I was actually talking with Eric about it when I was at the machine shop in the Subaru engine video. This old stuff is becoming unobtainium. Now you can buy like a Silverado with a bad LS and go to the junkyard and buy a $1,000 LS and slap it in and have a good truck. But the old stuff that everyone's getting away from, that stuff is worth a bunch now because these modern techs don't know how to work on it. They don't know how to diagnose them. They don't know how to tune carburetors. We saw a generational change. I used to kick it at a machine shop all day, working with old cats, working on old stuff, and I saw that generation phase out post 2020. Anyway, I'm about to get the spark plugs out, but that was a fun little update because it really goes to show just how much the world changed. Plugs are out. Here they are. You always keep them in order so you can kind of read them, smell them, etc. And smelling them, number 6. Smells like gas and it's super wet. So I think that's an issue. Now, the injector could be stuck open. And also, that is the one that I thought was missing when I unplugged it. We're gonna compression check it now. See what that looks like. I'm gonna start with number 1 to get a baseline, then probably I should go down the line, but I might just jump to 6. I'll go down the line, fine. I hate diagnosing stuff. I went in the fuse box and I pulled the fuse for the EFI. Now the injectors won't fire. 130. Cylinder 2. 130. 3. 130. Number 4. 130. Number 5. 130. And number 6. Looks like we found our problem child. We have nothing. The rest of the cylinders do look really good. Nice and consistent across the board. Before I took this project on, when I still thought it was a V8, I thought they over revved it and bent a push rod or pulled a stud out of the head. Something to do with a rocker. I was hoping to just get into top end. I'm still hoping that's the case, and I'm letting you guys know because I'm letting you know what I assume to see if I'm right. Or if, like the Ringlands, I'm wrong. Let's find out. These old motors, the bottom ends sit there and all they do is do this with the rod. There's not much to go wrong. So I'm still hoping it's just top end. Now, unfortunately, this thing has fuel injection and this stupid intake manifold, so I can't pull the valve cover without getting that intake out of the way. Luckily, it splits right there, and the lower portion is what houses the injectors. So I'm not gonna bore y'all with any of that because I really don't want to do it to begin with. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get that intake off. Let's pop the valve cover and see if we can see anything obvious top end. I have not peeked under, so we can do it together. Assuming it will fit out, which I really hope it will. Give it to me. Okay. Oh my God. What do you know? Look at that push rod. It is not on. This should be a super easy fix. We're gonna pop that back on, and I bet it will make compression. I'm gonna pull the push rod out and see if it's bent. Come here, girl. Oh, she's not happy, I'll tell you that. She's wedged in there. Rocker needs to come off. It really amazes me how many people just assume everything needs an engine. Okay, rocker. Looks fine. Push rod. Also looks fine. So if we roll it, it is not bent. So I'm just gonna put it back in the hole and we'll run a compression check again. I'm also checking out the valve. The height looks good, so I don't think we have a bent valve. You'll see the spring sitting lower if the valve's bent. Oh, I guess it was opening the valve. It must be up on the cam lobe. So that's good. Now we have a valve that is actuating. How did we do? What the? Why is there so much compression? That one has me confused. I'm not too sure. I got to review the footage right now and see if both the valves are actuating. That's a lot of compression. Well, I'm sure you guys saw it in the footage. It looks good. Both valves are moving. That's weird. Why is it 100 PSI more than the others? We have compression though, so it should run, right? I, unfortunately, broke some vacuum lines, which, okay, anytime you're working on 93, 03, 13, 23, this is a 31-year-old truck. Stuff's gonna break. On top of that, the valve cover gasket was definitely leaking. I'll go get a valve cover gasket and some vacuum line that fits over this, and it will just bridge that. Kind of like what I did with the Cummins fuel line that I said I would replace, which I'll probably never replace till it explodes on the side of the highway and leaves me stranded. Sounds about Colin. I've been racking my brain trying to figure out why the compression's so high on that cylinder. Here's what I've come up with. We have the back rocker. The left rockers are exhaust, the right line up with the intake. So we had an intake valve not opening. The injector was still firing. So then I put the push rod back in. It opened the intake valve, dumping fuel in and flooded that cylinder. So I'm gonna crank it over. I'm glad it didn't hydrolock. I'm gonna crank it over and see if it blasts a bunch of fuel out of the cylinder. Smells gassy. It was definitely blowing out fuel residue, so that's why the compression was so high. I'm confident we got a running motor. My dude has no bed, no taillights, not a care in the world. Look at that. Got the valve cover gasket and some hose to repair busted vacuum lines. This one actually didn't seal up, so I swung by AutoZone and they had some smaller hose. And then I made sure to suck on the tip of the tube. And if it sticks to your tongue, it's holding vacuum. The other one wouldn't do that. So now I'm set to go ahead and button this thing up. Let's go ahead and see what it sounds like. I was not expecting to have to put the EFI fuse in though. Okay, let's try that again. Let's go. This truck just got it fixed for like $36, $34. I don't know why I put this cover on. Sounds a little lifter tappy. But I don't care. That's not my problem. That's fixed. 100% good enough for what my buddy uses it for, which is throwing trash. Could probably use an oil change. Once again, not my issue. Let's go deliver this truck. Hey, I'm running to town for parts. You want to grab lunch?
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Okay, I'll pick you up in like half an hour.
All right.
Now I'm just going to pull up in the truck and surprise him. I actually just remembered that this is super sketchy because I don't know how much gas is in it. This thing has twin tanks. 1, 2, and the crackhead that stole it punched that one to drain gas. And they put like a toothbrush in there to block it off. We're just going to hope we don't run out of gas. It's an old truck. Got the old truck squeal. I don't like this game. I got scared. Had to get some gas.
Oh shit. How's it driving?
It's driving. Come, sit on my microwave.
Oh my god.
Oh, what do you feel like eating?
I don't know, do you like tuna?
I don't know why. I mean, kinda.
Well, then you choose.
What has tuna? Okay.
Tune up.
Tuna up! I thought you said you like tuna.
No, bro.
We could do tuna or like, you know, I could always go for some meat in my mouth and we could hit whole hog.
Hey, well, you might as well turn that off and get some meat in your mouth. No, dude, let's go whole hog.
I'm down with whole hog.
Good. I haven't been there in a long time.
Let's do it. Well, there you go. Your truck is now fixed.
Thank you. She's running.
You ready for your bill?
Bill me out, dog.
Okay. We're going to play a game first of all.
Okay.
Here's a pen.
Awesome. My guess.
Your guess. I want you to write a number in there of what your bill is.
Okay.
For those of you watching, you can comment your guess below. And now, we'll find out.
All right, so we're going to show the camera and then show each other or what?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, go show the camera.
So my guess is this. Actually was.
Okay, and here is the actual bill. Ready?
Ready.
Nice.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
A la verga.
That's your bill. And thank you for lunch.
Yeah, dude.
Appreciate that. Evan's so kind to help me out storing the dump truck. So that's the only reason I took this project on. And luckily, you guys saw we were able to fix it for, like, should I tell him? I guess I'll tell him.
Yeah.
It's about $34.
What?
Yeah, the rest of the bill is diesel.
Yeah.
Diesel oil from my truck pissing everywhere, hydraulic fluid from my truck pissing everywhere.
Right. Holy shit.
And then just gas running to town to get parts.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's your bill. I'm not fucking with the gas tank. I'm not fucking with the oil change.
Why not? No.
This is kind of, we obviously didn't have to replace the motor.
Yeah.
Evan, I'm sure he's super curious. I'll tell him.
I am.
A push rod popped out.
What's a push rod?
You're good. A push rod comes from the camshaft and opens the valve.
Okay.
It has no compression because the intake valve was not opening.
Okay.
I explained to them already. I'll explain to you.
Yeah.
The idiot. I already knew this before I started. When I heard the story of it being stolen and now it has an issue and no compression, I was like, he money shifted it. So he went from the 4th to the 1 or whatever, or from the 3 to the 1. Who knows? He did something. His primary goal was probably smoking fentanyl.
Yep.
Not knowing how to
crack.
not knowing how to drive manual. So he money shifted it, over revved the engine, popped a push rod out. I knew that before I even came and picked this truck up. If I had pulled it apart and it wasn't that, I was going to walk away from the project like we said I could. Yep. But luckily it wasn't, and we were able to fix your truck for $100, including my gas, everything.
That's dope.
Now, you got a work truck back.
Yeah, bro. Well, even when the guy stole it, I heard it stall out.
Yeah,
So
he didn't know how to drive it. If you guys want theft protection on your cars, buy a manual. This guy probably wasn't super young. These kids nowadays don't know how to drive manuals. That's why you'll notice 90% of the cars I do are automatics. I drive manual, I like manual, but they don't sell because you're only advertising to 10% of the population that drives manual.
Very small.
Very small. No one does it. It's a dying thing. And I don't like it, but that's where the world's heading. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'd recommend moving the key.
Yes. Yeah, right. I'm going to keep the key inside the house.
That's a great idea.
No, so you said you had to come. Did you pick up like parts or anything?
I was lying to you just so you wouldn't know I was showing up in the truck.
Okay. Let's make it an even Cinco.
Yo, my manager crush is here.
Hey.
Let's go say what up. 520?
520.
Hi.
What up?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
My
AutoZone girlfriend on mine. Diesel oil.
Yeah,
Gotta
buddy.
protect the camshaft.
Oh, there we go. Hey. Are we gonna need another pan?
Nah, I hope not. I really hope not.
Oh, that was
Wrong way.
wrong way.
Wrong way.
Oh, I am going the wrong way. You're right.
Oh yeah, that's tight enough right there.
Okay.
So just turn it a little tighter just so you can remember how tight it is.
Oh, so like monkey tight.
I don't know what that means.
So like instead of like oh, what do they say?
If you say the N-word, I'm gonna freak out.
Zinc.
Shaky. Gotta mix it up.
Gotta mix it.
Yo, that dude's gonna come jack the truck again and be like, thanks for the oil change.
Yeah, right. Thanks for fixing my truck.
Runs great now.
Ooh, close. Drinking.
Oh. It's gonna smoke a little, my bad. But at least it's gonna smoke on all 6 cylinders.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Who hired me? Do you have a...
I don't know.
Do you have a rat?
Yeah, I do.
Now we'll do half of this one. So next time you only need 1 jug.
One jug. Wait, really?
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you'll have half here.
Exactly.
But like I said, I would... Ow! I would recommend stocking... Seeing what trucks you're willing to run on 1540. And I don't think you should probably do that on the Tritons because they have cam phasers.
Yeah.
But just for this one, you know, just buy gallons of it at Walmart.
Yeah, man.
Got oil pressure. Now the car fixed.